When did Tan Songyun secretly adopt a child, and why is Sukai acting like the father? In what is being described as the most shocking and unexpected celebrity revelation of the decade, beloved actress Tan Songyun was photographed at a major international airport this morning accompanied by a young child that multiple sources now confirm is her adopted son or daughter, and even more explosively, actor Sukai was present helping them with luggage, carrying the child, and displaying unmistakably paternal behavior that has sent the entire Chinese entertainment industry into absolute chaos. Witnesses at the airport described a scene that looked exactly like a young family traveling together, with the 33-year-old actress appearing completely natural and comfortable in her maternal role, while the 28-year-old heartthrob Sukai demonstrated surprising ease and affection with the child, at one point lifting them onto his shoulders while Tan Songyun organized their boarding passes and travel documents. The image of these two stars, who have spent years carefully managing relationship rumors and maintaining ambiguous public positions about their personal connection, suddenly appearing as what multiple witnesses described as an obvious family unit complete with child, has triggered an unprecedented social media explosion with fans, media outlets, and industry insiders frantically demanding answers to questions that seem to multiply faster than anyone can process. How long has Tan Songyun had an adopted child? Why was this kept completely secret from the public and even her most dedicated fans? What is Sukai's relationship to this child and to Tan Songyun that would explain his comfortable presence in such an intimate family moment? And most explosively, does this airport scene finally confirm what millions have suspected about a romantic relationship that both stars have persistently denied despite overwhelming circumstantial evidence? Why would one of China's most famous actresses hide the existence of her child from the entire world? The implications of this revelation are absolutely staggering when you consider that Tan Songyun has been one of the most visible, accessible, and seemingly transparent celebrities in Chinese entertainment, maintaining extremely active social media presence with daily posts, behind-the-scenes content, personal reflections, and interactions with fans that created the impression of unusual openness and authenticity, compared to more guarded celebrity peers. Yet somehow, during all this apparent transparency, she managed to complete what must have been a lengthy and complex adoption process, integrate a child into her personal life, and maintain this monumental secret so completely that not a single rumor, hint, or speculation about the adoption had surfaced in entertainment media or fan communities before this morning's airport sighting. Entertainment lawyers familiar with Chinese adoption regulations note that the process for single individuals adopting children involves extensive documentation, home studies, legal procedures, and social service oversight that typically takes a minimum of 6 to 12 months and often considerably longer, raising the question of how Tan Songyun navigated this process, while maintaining her demanding career schedule and intensive public presence, without anyone noticing her involvement with adoption agencies or behavioral changes that might signal new parental responsibilities. The level of operational security and information control required to keep such a significant life development completely hidden suggests either extraordinary personal discretion combined with loyal support networks that honored her privacy wishes, or potentially concerning implications about power dynamics and control that management agencies exercise over their artists' public narratives and personal autonomy. Is this the family secret that finally explains years of mysterious behavior and déni de romance? Before diving into the minute-by-minute account of what transpired at the airport this morning and the evidence that has emerged about Tan Songyun's previously unknown status as an adoptive mother, it's essential to understand why this revelation represents such a seismic shift in public understanding of one of Chinese entertainment's most beloved figures, and what the involvement of Sukai potentially indicates about relationship dynamics that both stars have worked tirelessly to keep ambiguous. Despite relentless fan speculation and media investigation, Tan Songyun has carefully cultivated a public image as a talented, hard-working, somewhat introverted actress who values her privacy and maintains clear boundaries between her professional public persona and her personal private life. She has spoken in interviews about her close family relationships, her dedication to her craft, and her hopes for future happiness in both career and personal dimensions, but has consistently avoided specific discussions about romantic relationships or family planning, in ways that entertainment journalists have noted seem deliberately evasive, rather than naturally private. The revelation that she has an adopted child fundamentally transforms understanding of her personal life, her priorities, and potentially her motivations for maintaining such strict privacy around her personal circumstances, despite the natural public curiosity that comes with her level of fame and success. The first reports about this extraordinary airport scene began appearing on social media around 7:45 a.m., when a traveler posted a brief message on Weibo claiming to have just witnessed Tan Songyun at the international departure terminal accompanied by a small child and, shockingly, Sukai, who was helping them prepare for travel. This initial post included minimal details and no photographic evidence, leading many readers to dismiss it as attention-seeking fabrication or misidentification of people who merely resembled the celebrities mentioned. However, within 20 minutes, multiple additional accounts from different travelers who had been present in the same terminal area began appearing, each providing corroborating details that collectively painted an increasingly credible and detailed picture of what had occurred. These independent witness accounts agreed on essential facts, including the approximate ages and appearances of all three individuals, the specific terminal and area where the sighting occurred, the time frame, and crucially the behavioral dynamics that suggested a family unit rather than coincidental proximity of celebrities who happened to be traveling at the same time. According to the most detailed witness accounts that have emerged, Sukai arrived at the airport first, driving what observers identified as a luxury SUV with tinted windows that pulled up directly to the departure terminal VIP entrance. He exited the vehicle and moved to open the rear passenger door, from which Tan Songyun emerged carrying a young child estimated by various witnesses to be approximately 3 to 5 years old, though specific details about the child's gender, appearance, and demeanor have been deliberately limited in most social media accounts, as fans and even casual observers seem to have recognized the ethical importance of protecting the child's privacy regardless of their interest in the adult. Celebrities' circumstances. What happened next has been described by multiple witnesses as remarkably natural and comfortable, with Sukai immediately taking luggage from the vehicle's trunk while Tan Songyun adjusted the child's clothing and gathered additional bags. The three of them then proceeding into the terminal in what observers unanimously characterized as a well-practiced routine, suggesting this was far from the first time they had navigated travel logistics together as a unit. The behavioral dynamics that witnesses observed inside the terminal have become the subject of intense analysis and interpretation as fans and media commentators attempt to understand the nature of relationships between these three individuals and what their comfortable familiarity with each other suggests about their shared history and current circumstances. Multiple travelers reported that Sukai demonstrated surprising natural ease with the child, at various points holding their hand, lifting them up to see out terminal windows at aircraft on the tarmac, and engaging in what appeared to be playful conversation that elicited visible laughter and animated responses from the child. These interactions, relationship psychologists note, suggest extensive prior contact and established relationship, rather than awkward first encounters or distant acquaintance, indicating that whatever Sukai's role in this child's life might be, it clearly involves regular interaction and genuine affectionate connection, rather than obligatory courtesy extended to a colleague's child during coincidental shared travel. The most emotionally resonant and widely discussed moment from the airport encounter occurred when the child apparently became tired or fussy and reached up towards Sukai with the universal gesture of a young child requesting to be held. Without hesitation or awkwardness, Sukai lifted the child onto his shoulders in a movement that witnesses described as completely natural and practiced, then proceeded to walk through the terminal in this configuration while Tan Songyun walked beside them, at one point reaching up to adjust something on the child or touch their leg in a gesture of maternal reassurance. This tableau, several witnesses noted, looked exactly like countless young families navigating airports with tired children, displaying comfort and coordination that comes only from repeated shared experience and established relationship patterns. The image of Sukai, one of Chinese entertainment's most eligible bachelors and the subject of intense romantic speculation and fan fantasies, suddenly appearing as a comfortable and apparently experienced parental figure, has fundamentally disrupted fan perceptions and triggered widespread reevaluation of what both stars' carefully guarded personal lives might actually involve. The context of this airport appearance being related to Tan Songyun's travel for new filming obligations adds additional layers of complexity and raises questions about logistics, childcare arrangements, and how celebrities with demanding career schedules navigate parental responsibilities that most workers manage through combination of partner support, family assistance, and paid childcare. Entertainment industry sources familiar with production schedules confirm that Tan Songyun is scheduled to begin filming for a major new drama production this week, in a location several hours away from her primary residence, with shooting expected to continue for approximately 3 to 4 months. The decision to bring her adopted child along for this filming period, if that was indeed the plan suggested by the airport departure, represents a significant logistical undertaking requiring on-location childcare arrangements, potentially modified work schedules to accommodate parental responsibilities, and production company cooperation in supporting an actress who is simultaneously managing professional and maternal obligations. The question of whether Sukai accompanied Tan Songyun and the